Let's go ahead and start in the mountain pose. So placing the feet hip bone distance apart, top of the head slightly lifted, bringing the hands to the heart center in that prayer position. And here we'll just tune inwards. You can close your eyes if you wish, focusing on your breath. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And we'll have the eyes open again. Let's take the hands through the center line, reaching upwards, and then arms float back down. And then we'll work with the joint rotation, starting with the head and the neck. Simple head roll to loosen the neck. Keeping that breath moving. Easing the head to center and reversing the direction of the circle. Returning head to the front. Next, we want to get a little bit of a stretch in. So we'll take the chin downwards. We'll turn the head, looking over the shoulder. Holding the stretch, breathing. Returning head back to the front. Then you want to look over the other shoulder. Hold and breathe. Returning head back to the front. Let's get into the shoulders next. Rolling shoulders towards the ears and then back down. Then you want to reach forward with the arms. Take them out to the side. Reach behind you and to the front. Smoothing out the movement with the breath. And one more time. And then we'll reverse, palms up, thumbs in, up to the back, out to the side, rolling over and back to the front. And repeat. And one more. And then we'll work with the elbows, just circling the arms, feeling the elbow joints. And we want to reverse the direction. And then we'll move to the wrist, circling the hands, feeling the wrist joints. And then you want to make fists with the hands, go the other way. Open hands, back and forth sideways. Up down motion. And then a rotation. Relaxing the arms and to the hips next. Taking the feet a little bit wider, guiding the hips in a circle. Back to center and reversing the direction of the circle. And again, back to center. You'll bring your feet closer together, and we'll work with the knees next. So hands over the knee joints, and then a small circle, mostly forward and back. And pause. You want to reverse the direction. Back to center. Standing tall again. You want to work with the ankle joints. Again, I'm feeling my center, kind of sink a little bit. Touching the foot to the floor. You can leave it on the floor, or you can have the whole foot off the ground as you rotate the ankle joint. You want to pause, reverse the direction. And then you're going to put that foot down, you shift away. Again, nice and tall with the posture. Relaxed breath. Focusing your eyes on a point in front of you. And reversing the direction. And putting that foot back down, you'll come back to your mountain pose. Again, feeling as if you have roots going down, nice and connected, nice, long spine, relaxed belly. We can bring the hands to the heart center, the prayer position. And then interlace fingers, press the palms forward, feeling that space in between the shoulder blades. Hold and breathe. And just extend the arms above the head. Hold for a moment, breathe, feeling the stretch. And then release the arms, let them come back down. And chest opener next, so taking the hands behind the back, interlace fingers, straight arms, lifting the arms off the back. You might want to bend the knees slightly, kind of tuck the tailbone. Hold and breathe. And to release, letting the arms back to the side, returning arms to the side. And then next we want to get a side stretch. So I'm just going to extend one arm towards the ceiling. Other hand can be on the thigh there. Feeling of reaching upwards, maybe a little over the head. Stretching the side of the body. Breathing into it. And then we'll come more upright. We'll let the other side work. So one arm will float down. The other one's going to float up. Feeling of extending upwards, maybe a little over the head. And stretching the other side of the body. Breathing into the rib cage. And we'll let that arm float back down too. And then from here, I just want to do a simple forward bend so I can stretch the back side of the body. So again, I can stretch up tall, the top of the head. The hands can just slide down the legs as I bow forward, engaging the abs here. And then maybe about halfway down, I can drop the head down. I can let the arms completely loose, relax. And to come back up, bending the knees, rolling back up to standing. And then from the mountain pose, let's take the wider stance, just wide legs here. Toes can be straight ahead still. And we're going to do a wide leg forward bend, and we're going to use the chest opener as well. So let's take the hands behind the back, interlace fingers. We'll grow tall, engage the abs, bow forward. Get about halfway down. You can drop the head downwards and lift the arms off the back. Pausing here, breathing. And release the arms first. Arms to the back, hands to the hips. Coming up with a straight back, nice and slow. Okay, once you're upright, let's work with the proud warrior next. So whichever foot's this direction, you're going to rotate it out, toes are forward. Your other foot, your back foot's going to rotate in. So the heel is pressed outwards. Nice, powerful legs, arms in the T position. Let the front leg be bent. Making a little adjustment. Front leg, the knee is stacked over the ankle. Upper body is straight up and down. Arms are level. Just hold and breathe. Nice. Let's now do another version where we drop the back hand to the back leg. You're going to let your front arm point up towards the ceiling. So fingertips pointed upwards. You can look up if you like. And you're feeling the stretch in the front side of the body more. Hold and breathe. Easing back to the regular proud warrior. Feeling those arms stretching out, shoulders dropped away from the ears. Gazing out over the front fingertips. And then we'll relax the arms downwards. We'll straighten the front leg. We'll turn both feet back to the front. Okay, so you're here. Let's take the hands in that prayer position. Tuck the tailbone. Sink downward slightly, like you're sitting on a fat horse. Hold there and breathe. Building strength and stability through the lower body. You're going to come out. You're going to let the arms go through the center. You're going to straighten the legs. And then arms come back down by the side. Okay, so let's set up for the other direction, other side. So I'm situating the feet. Now this foot's going to be directed forward. Back foot in about 45 degrees. Pressing out through the back heel. Arms in the T position. Front leg is bent. Making little minor adjustments. Breathing, glancing out over the front fingertips. And now for the second version, where we drop the back hand to the back leg. Front hand, fingertips towards the ceiling. Opening the front of the body. And returning to regular proud warrior. And I'm feeling those arms stretched out. Relaxing the arms downwards. Straightening the front leg. And now turning back to the front and walking or stepping the feet back into a mountain pose. So we can come to a resting pose, working with the breath here, good posture. And to release the posture, bringing the hands through the center again, reaching up. And then this time, as the arms come down, I like to imagine all this good energy all around you. Very good. And then the next posture we'll work with is called the triangle pose. So we start kind of similar as the proud warrior. We'll take the legs wider. Whichever foot is this direction, we can rotate out. Toes are there. Back foot in about 45 degrees. Pressing away from the feet, feeling the powerful legs. Arms in the T position. And this time the legs are going to stay straight. I'm just going to reach forward over the front foot. When I can't go any further, I drop that front hand. So slightly touching the leg, palm is forward. Top arm is adjusted, so stacked over the bottom arm. Now you can look just forward with the head and face there, or you can rotate the head up towards the ceiling. Hold and breathe. And now with this next version, we'll take that top hand and we'll drop it. We'll take it so the back of the hand is touching the lower back. And what that will do is help you open that top shoulder a little bit more. Doing that for a moment. And then releasing the top arm, we'll let it stretch back upwards first. And then we'll come up with the body. So head and neck is straight. Upper bodies come upwards. Arms float back down. Okay. And again, to come out, we'll want to place the feet so they're forward for the moment. We want to do the other side. So setting up the feet, opposite side. Really feel you have a connection with the floor, with the earth. Powerful legs. Arms in that T position. And you reach forward and down. Adjust the top arm. I want them stacked over each other. Arms are forward. Head can be straight or looking upwards. And the next version, top arm is going to come down actually. Back of the hand's going to touch the lower back. And feeling of opening that top shoulder a little more. Back arm or top arm is going to reach upwards back to the triangle pose. And then you want to come out. So head and neck is straight. Upper body's coming upwards. And arms float back down. Feet can come forward. And let's come back into mountain pose for a moment. Hands in prayer. And releasing the arms through the center, reaching upwards. And arms come back down. All right. So good. We got time to do another warrior pose. We'll do the warrior one pose. For that, you take the feet slightly wide, not as wide as the proud warrior, just a little bit wide. Front foot, so we'll go this way, we'll rotate out. Back foot a little bit more than 45 degrees. So I'm going to rotate the heel outwards. That way my hip bones here can rotate and square over the front leg. Front leg is back. Now again, I'm making a little adjustments. I want the front leg, knee stacked over the ankle. Once I feel stable, bring the hands to the heart center like that. Next, extending the arms above the head. Let the hands come apart a little bit. And looking straight ahead is fine. Let's return the hands to the heart center, not prayer position. Taking a breath. Next, we'll take the hands behind the back, holding on to the wrist, relaxed arms. Straighten out the front leg now. You see how I'm engaging the abs, and I'm going to bow forward over the front leg. Feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Don't force anything. Just go wherever your body allows you to relax into. And easing up, you want to press away from the feet, coming up with a straight back. And once you're upright, those arms can go to the side again. And we're going to turn. Again, I'm just going to have the feet forward like that. And we'll go right to the other side. So that means fixing the feet. They're the foundation. Getting them in a good position. Rotating the hip bones over the front leg. Front leg is bent. Just feeling nice and stable. Hands go in the prayer position. Breathe. Next, extending the arms above the head. Warrior one. Returning hands to the heart center. Prayer position again. And then hands go behind the back. Holding on to the wrist. Straighten the front leg. Engaging the abs. You're going to bow forward over the front leg. Again, easing into it. Feeling the stretch. Breathing. And then easing out, pressing away from your feet. Come back up. Arms to the side. Feet can turn to the front. And you're going to walk stepping back into a mountain pose. Taking some extra breaths here. And extending the arms above the head. And then arms come back down. All right. So this time I brought a chair that was nearby, but if you have a wall behind you, a chair, you can do some of the other ones. It's just nice to have your hands on the object. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer. And the first one that we would do is called the downward dog, but it's using the chair or a wall as sort of a prop. So it's not coming all the way down to the floor. I'll face either the chair or the wall, and I'll put the hands on it like that. And you see how the arms are just shoulder distance apart. So it's not too wide, it's not too narrow, shoulder distance. And then you're going to back your feet up so you can lower your head in between the elbows. Nice straight back, kind of L shape, I would say. So you feel the stretch in the upper body, but also maybe in the hamstrings. Breathing into it. And let's ease out. We'll soften knees and we'll walk back towards the chair or the wall. And back upright again. Okay. So the next one, so that stretched the hamstrings a lot. Now we want to stretch the front of the leg. And so this is good for most people, but if you have knee problems, you might want to modify or just do something else. But what I'll do is I'll shift the weight to one side, I'll bend the knee, and I'll see if I can grab onto the foot, pant leg, something like that. So I'm feeling the stretch on the front of the thigh. Now, if this isn't enough stretch, what you do is you press the foot into your back hand. You see how that increased the stretch quite a bit? Just hold there, I'll breathe into it. And I have my hand on something in front of me so I can balance, okay? I want to come out, so I'm going to just let the legs come near each other again. And return that foot to the floor. Okay? So I didn't stay there too long, especially if you're not used to stretching the quadriceps. Just do it a little at a time. I want to change hands now, whatever's on the chair or the wall, and I want to work the other side. So I shift the weight, I bend the knee, see if you can grab on, pant leg, ankle, foot. Just feeling the stretch for a moment. If you need more, sending the foot into the back hand, get more stretch. We'll release, we'll bring again the knees kind of near each other like that. Turn the foot to the floor. Okay, a little bit more challenging, but really worth it. Let's return to the wall or the chair, and we're going to repeat the downward dog again. So from that mountain pose, hands on the chair or the wall. I'm going to back the feet up. I'm going to lower the head in between the elbows. I'm going to breathe. And releasing, soften knees, walking back to your upright again. And then if you're not already facing forward, you can face forward. And we'll go ahead and do our balance pose from here. So I'm going to work with the tree pose. Again, if you're near a chair, that might be good, or a hand on the wall. Be somewhere that you can stabilize yourself just in case you lose your balance. But I'm going to shift the weight to one foot. With the other foot, I can start with the foot on the ground like that, turning the knee out. Or the next step would be placing that foot on the inside of the calf. So I feel a stretch in that hip a little bit, pressing in. For more balance, you can lightly take the hands off the chair or the wall if you want. Coming to the heart center, if that's working for you today. Not, don't worry. It's a tree pose. And now I want to come out. Again, you can have the hand on the wall if you need to. I'm going to have the knee go forward. I'm going to lower the foot to the floor, back to the mountain pose. The hands come back down. So again, I'm even having a little challenge here because when I'm on carpet and I'm on my mat, it's kind of a unstable ground, so I really have to work hard. You can change your hands on the chair, or in fact, I think I'll just bring it over here in case I need to on this other side. And I want to work the opposite side. So I'm standing tall, I shift the weight, you can have the toe on the floor for a moment, rotate the knee out, placing the bottom of the foot on the inside of the calf. And I'll just stay there for a moment, see if I can handle that. If I can go further, it'd be taking the hands to the heart center in that prayer position. I want to come out, so I'm going to straighten out the knee. I'm going to return the foot to the floor. Like that. Okay. Relaxing the hands to the side. So with the tree position, and if you're doing it near a chair or near the wall, there's different positions you can do with the arms. I usually go here, or if you wanted to try one with the arms are stretched out, or the hardest one is when the arms are above the head. But I would do it only if, like, say, if I'm maybe against the wall or something, because that's quite a bit harder. Okay, so I'm going to move the chair so it's out of the way. And I'm going to come all the way down to the floor so I can do some seated postures. So coming all the way down. You can extend the legs out to the front. Kind of getting settled. You place the hands underneath the shoulders. Roll a little forward on the sit bones. Pressing out through the feet. Seated mountain pose. From the seated mountain pose, let's do a spinal twist. We'll do an easier version. I'm going to take my left ankle and I'm going to cross it over the right ankle like that. Sitting tall. I'm going to take the hands and I'm going to walk them around to the left side of the body. And sitting really tall, pulling in the belly a little bit. I'm just kind of looking down towards the floor. And let's release the posture. We'll unwind, facing forward. We'll uncross the legs. And we'll do the other side. So I'm going to place my right ankle. I'm going to place it over the left one. I'm going to sit tall. And I'm going to walk the hands to the right. Looking down towards the floor behind you. And to release, unwinding, facing forward again. You can uncross the legs. And then from here, let's move on to the tabletop position. So I'm going to rearrange my body so I'm on my hands and knees. And I'm going to pay attention to the alignment of the arms. I want to line down through the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, fingers spread wide, knees underneath the hips. Tabletop position. Next, the cat and the camel. So I'm going to drop the belly button. I'm going to arch the back, and I'm going to look upwards. And I'm going to come back to a neutral spine. And then I'm going to round the back, looking towards the knees. And back to a neutral spine. And let's repeat. Arching the back, looking upwards. Back to neutral. Rounding the back, looking towards the knees. And back to neutral. Now to stretch the side of the rib cage, you're going to turn the head and you're going to look back to one of your foot. So I'm looking behind me, feeling the stretch in the rib cage. Now I'm going to straighten out again. I'm going to do the other side. So turning the head, looking back to the opposite foot. Back to the front again. Let's curl the toes under with the feet. Let's walk the hands forward. So you're lowering into extended child's pose. And releasing, you're coming slowly back up. You're walking the hands back underneath the shoulders. You're releasing the feet. Let's move into a lunge pose. So one of your legs, you're going to come upwards, you're going to bring it forward, in between the hands. Look at the front leg, knees stacked over the ankle, hands are on either side. Back leg, you feel a little stretch on top of the thigh, top of the foot's anchored on the floor. You can stay here or you can bring the hands to the knees. You can stay here or you can extend the arms towards the ceiling. Hold and breathe. And let's release. We'll bring hands to the knees. We'll bring hands to the floor. And you want to change sides. So if you have to come up with the upper body, that's fine. Changing sides. So the other leg to the front. Lunge pose. Hands are either side. It's getting comfortable. Feeling the stretch. And if you can bring the hands to the knee. You can stay right here, or you can extend the arms towards the ceiling. Let's return the hands to the knees, to the floor, and now bringing that front leg so it's back again. Now, if you can, what you're going to do is you're going to curl the toes under, and you're going to sit a little bit so you're stretching the toes, actually. Now, if this is uncomfortable, don't worry about it, but I kind of like the stretch on the feet and the toes a little bit, so only if it's comfortable. And then from here, we're going to change position again, and we're going to come so that we're seated and then laying on our back. So again, I can release the feet. I can just turn my body so I'm sitting. Feet are on the floor. floor, knees are bent. And you're going to just walk yourself down so you're laying on your back. Once you're settled, bringing both knees towards the chest, hugging them in, bringing your chin downwards, lengthening the back of the neck. Now you can stay right in the center like this, or you can rock back and forth. You're getting a little massage on the lower back. And to center again. Let's return the feet to the floor. Let's extend the left leg out long, resting on the ground. We'll bring only the right knee inwards towards the chest, hugging it in. And then we'll take our foot, we'll take it in a circle, so we get a little bit of ankle exercise here. Going one way, reverse the direction of the circle. Relaxing that foot. Let's just take one hand right on top of the knee. We'll guide the knee in a circle. Hip rotation. And then you want to reverse the direction of the circle. Back to center. Let's take that one knee. We'll take it across the body. You're going to feel a stretch on the outer part of the hip. With the other arm, you can reach to the side. Palms are facing down. Shoulder blades should be snug to the floor. And then we'll ease back to center. And one more time, kind of hugging that knee inwards. And stretch. And then we'll just switch sides. We'll take that one leg and we'll stretch it out long on the floor. We'll bring the left knee inwards towards the chest, hugging it in. And on this side, taking the foot in a little circle, exercising the ankle joint, reversing the direction of the circle. And then relax the foot with one hand on top of the knee joint. You're going to guide it in a circle, doing the hip rotation. Easing to center and reversing the direction of that circle. And again, right back to center. Moving that knee inwards. On this side now, we'll take the knee across the body. Other arm can reach to the side. Hold and breathe. And then releasing by just coming back to center. Over time, that knee inwards. And then we're going to bring the foot to the floor. take your other foot, so it's on the floor for a moment, and then go ahead and turn the bottom of the feet together, letting the knees open downwards towards the floor. Reclining cobbler's pose. Feeling the stretch on the inner thigh. Relaxing, breathing. And we'll release by bringing the knees inwards, feet flat to the floor. From here, taking your left ankle, cross it over the right knee. Bring the right knee inwards towards the chest, hugging it in. Feeling the stretch in the hip area. Nice, full deep breaths. And now, releasing, we'll bring both feet back to the floor. And we'll do the other side. So right ankle over the left knee. Bring the left knee inwards towards the chest. Tucking it in. Breathe. And now releasing on this side. Again, returning both feet to the floor. And we want to work the hamstrings again. So to do that, if you have a strap, that might work, but just using the hands on the legs will be okay. So you're going to bring one leg so the knee is inwards. You're going to extend the leg towards the ceiling, pressing out through the heel. Again, placing the hand on the leg. We're using the strap, drawing it towards you so you can feel the stretch on the hamstrings. Nice, full deep breaths in and out. And let's release this side too. So bending the knee, returning the foot to the floor. And we'll work the other side, bringing it in a little bit, bending the leg upwards, adjusting. So feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And then we'll go ahead and release this side too. Again, you can bend that knee, returning the feet to the floor. And then we'll do one more twist of reclining spinal twist. So for that, you can reach out with the arms to the side, palms are down, and you can draw both knees inwards. And then you can let the knees go to one side of the body. Eventually you feel the foot touch the floor. Once the legs are settled, turn head and neck opposite direction as the legs. Nice full deep breath in and out. And to come out, you're going to straighten out head and neck first. You're going to inhale the knees to center, and then let them go to the other side of the body, all the way down to the foot touches the floor. Head and neck, opposite direction as the legs. And to ease out, straighten out head and neck. Inhaling those knees back to center and returning the feet to the floor. Arms are by the side again. And then let's just extend the legs out straight, resting on the floor. And we'll go into the relaxation pose. So again, you can wiggle around a little bit. You can rotate the arms so the palms are facing upwards. Just making the whole body heavy and relaxed. Closing the eyes. Going to the breath. Extending and deepening that breath. Letting your belly rise and fall. Letting your body move with the breath. Relaxing. You feel that spine kind of almost going away with the breath. Inhale, the lower back is away from the floor. On the exhale, lower back is towards the floor. Once you feel a little movement in the lower back, you also might feel a little movement up towards the neck area. So even that part of the spine goes in a little bit of a wave with the breath. Making the breath nice and big. now doing a cleansing breath of inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And again. And returning the natural, effortless breath. I'm going to wiggle the fingers and the toes a little bit. And then from there, go ahead and just bend the knees, returning the feet to the floor. And then you're going to roll over on your side, resting your head on your arm. And pushing back up to sitting. You want to try to get in a comfortable seated position. Maybe crossing the legs if that's comfortable with you. Sitting tall, resting hands on the knees. Chin comes down slightly. Closing the eyes. Go back to the breath. And then bringing the hands to the heart center in prayer position. And finishing with namaste. Little bow forward. Namaste.